Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Julie Saillant. I am your spiritual teacher. I am here to help you change your life, find your gifts, work with your gifts, learn what power you have, and help you move into your best life and soul purpose. So thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and comment because I always respond to the comments. And this is the first video in the new format. I'm super excited about this. And the goal here is I'm going to be giving you 2 short videos and then a longer video. And what I want to talk about first to kick this off is freedom and the new currency, which is freedom for your happiness. Tim Denning, if you don't know who he is, he's an amazing writer. He is someone that I follow religiously, and he had put out an article based on how he has changed his life and looks at money as freedom. And the new currency is freedom, not money. And let me give you, I'll link the article in the description box. But what he talks about is, here's the quote: you'll never be wealthy as long as you're spending time to create money, right? So many of us are out there, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work in a company, and you are trading time for money, right? So you go in every day and you get your salary. If you're an entrepreneur and you're just say a coach or a healer, you meet with people, time for money, right? And all of us, all across the world, right? We have been kind of brought up to believe in more is more, right? Not less is more is more. In other words, we dream of the big house and the fancy clothes, whether it's Gucci or Louis Vuitton or Celine or whatever it is, and the handbags that are Birkins that cost $30,000, $50,000, and then the big cars with the Lamborghinis and all that stuff, and then all the jewelry, right? Everything. And the boats, everything. And that makes a happy life, right? And what we do is we work really hard, we make as much money as we can, then we retire, and then we can do all these fun things. But what's happened is over the last, 10, 15 years is that people have been understanding that's an old model that doesn't work anymore, because a lot of people are earning money way quicker and way more of it, right? Look at an influencer in their 20s who is making bank just talking about different products, right? And they're saying, I want to take the trips now, not when I'm older. I want to do these things now instead of when I'm like too old to care, basically, right? And I get that. So it's a flip in your mind from, okay, I'm trading time for money, to no, my currency needs to be freedom. So for me personally, here's what that looks like. Instead of having all this money in the bank, right? For me, I would rather say, you know what? I think it's time. I've been working really hard, right? I think it's time I take a vacation, and I don't want to just go for a week. I want to go for like 2 or 3 months somewhere. I want to go back to Italy, or I want to go to Portugal or wherever, and I want to spend a few months there. How much is that going to cost? I don't know, but I know I have enough money to go, right? That's freedom. That's the ability to do what I want to do when I want to do it, because I know that I've saved up for it and I have enough to do so. So the currency is freedom, the ability to move, the ability to do what you want to do, the ability to create, right? Versus the old way of, I don't have that ability to do that. I'm just going to work really hard, put all my money in the bank, take occasional, 1 week or 2 weeks out of the whole year, vacations. And then at the end, when I retire and I have all this time, then I'll be able to do what I really want to do, which is travel or move or whatever that is, right? You see the difference? So it's a big shift. So stop collecting possessions. And the way to do this is to live at a certain, your means, no matter how much you make. So let's just, for example, say that you're making $50,000 a year and you're living at this level, right? You have a house, it may or may not be paid for, let's just think that you have low debt, right? And you own your car, or you have very little left to pay off. You own your house, or you have very little left to pay off. The goal is to carry no debt, as little as possible. You own your house, you own your car, and then from there, you can continue to make more money, right? But let's just say the next 5 years, you make more and more and more. Whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're working for somebody, you get raises, you give yourself more money, you start to make it, right? You start to gain clients, everything's looking good. Now, what happens to most people? Their means, the way that they live goes up right along with the money, right? Just follow it, right? So say you're at 50,000 this year and you're living this way. Now, let's just say that you're in real estate and you're killing it, and you made, I don't know, 50,000 last month, and you are now earning maybe $250,000 this year. And then now when that happens, you start to think, hey, I have some extra money here. So I'm going to change my car, right, to more of an exotic car. I'm going to change my house to somewhere closer to the beach or somewhere with more land. So everything in your life goes up. So now instead of living down here at 50,000, now you're earning 250,000. And right along with that, your lifestyle goes up, right? Now there's nothing wrong with this, okay? I just want to preface this. Everyone's different, okay? But what I'm trying to show you is that a different perspective would be to live at the means that you were at for 50,000 when you're earning 50,000, when you're earning 250,000, right? Now, I'm not suggesting that you have to have a broken down house or not new clothes, or that you can't have fun or something, you can't have, you've got, a regular car, it's a Honda, whatever, right? I'm not suggesting you have to stay with things that don't make you happy. But what I am suggesting is that if you can find a way to keep your means, the way you exist, lower or just at the same point, you're going to have a lot more money. Now, the difference is if you have a plan for this, your currency being freedom, is that in a few years or less, you'll be able to say, I just want to drop the hat and I'm just going to go on a trip, and I'm going to go first class, and I'm going to spend like 2 months somewhere. It's going to be awesome, right? And I can do it because the freedom and the flexibility is the currency that you're shooting for. Money doesn't make you happy. The things that money gives you make you happy, right? So how do we do that? Like, how do we move from living at the means we are now, that this existence, to no matter how much we make, we can still live and all your needs are met. Don't get me wrong. You're not suffering at all, right? But what's happening is you can buy something here and there, but your debt is erased. It's at zero or very, very little. You own everything you have, and you've got money in the bank. The way that you change that is you start to invest in yourself, right? You take online courses, you go to events where you can meet people and create a circle of people that can be colleagues that are smarter than you are. Maybe they've retired back a long time ago and you're still working on it, right? I want to meet with those people. Your goal should always be to be around people who are way smarter than you, because that's how you learn. That's how you up your game. Does that make sense? Right? And here's the other thing that you can do. You can downsize your house, right? To live and have more land, right? Or to live near the beach, or to live somewhere where you feel it's like a very advantageous place to live that makes you super happy, right? I happened to move, you guys know my story. I moved from a cold climate that was in New England to the beach. I love the beach, right? I love the forest too. So now normally when you move to the beach, no matter where it is, you get a smaller house, right? In other words, the closer you are to the ocean, right? You can have a smaller house because everything on the ocean is super expensive. I don't care if it's Miami. I don't care if it's wherever it is, right? But here's the thing. What if you did it the opposite way? What if you have a big house right now and you're earning more money and you actually decide, you know what, I'm going to downsize. I don't need all this space, right? I used to be the type of person that thought that the bigger house, everything bigger, bigger, bigger is better, right? I love nice things. I love exotic cars. I'm a gearhead. I love nice jewelry, right? I love you know, great outfits. I love Gucci. I love Louis Vuitton. I love all that stuff. But you can have everything if you can work it correctly and you don't have to suffer along the way. So I had a big house. I did. I had a big, big house. And what I realized is I had to clean that house all the time and it was way too big. So I downsized when I came here by half, right? You can live in a much smaller place if you are where you want to be, right? So right now I'm in a very small place, right? But the beach is right there, right here, right out my window here, right? So you have options, right? But the thing is, you want to make sure that you are understanding how this works. And it's your currency is now freedom and flexibility, not money. Now, listen, hey, we all need money to live. Don't get it twisted, right? I mean, I just want to be real with you, as always. We all need money to live. But if you work this and you have a plan that every year you're going to make more money, right? But your means and your existence stays the same, or even can go down and smaller, you can downsize. That means more money in the bank, more ways for you to have that flexibility and freedom that you desire. That's what makes you happy, right? I would say the sexiest thing right now is having complete control over your life, right? How it looks, and you have control. You are the creator of your life. Whether you believe it or not, guys, it's true. You are the creator of your life. So take control and start thinking about flexibility and freedom. So I'm going to end it here. And here's what I want to ask you. What do you think in terms of freedom and flexibility? What do you think about that? Do you think it's cool to make more money and maybe put off having the nice car? Maybe you go from a Honda, not to the Lambo, but you go to something in between, the BMW or the Audi or something like that, right? Or you're willing to downsize, or you're willing to pay off all your debt so that you can live and sleep easier, right? So that when that time comes and you're still making money, you have more flexibility and freedom. Tell me what you think about this, if this is something that you think is a good idea. And the key is to stop trading time for money, right? Okay, guys, I will see you on the next short. We'll continue this conversation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave your comments. If you'd like to work with me and you're like, hey, this makes sense to me. I'm teaching people how to do this all the time, right? This is the new way to live, guys. It's about you having choices and exercising those choices and making your life better. Let me know. You can reach me down below in the description box. All the information is listed there. Thanks so much, guys. Talk to you soon.